Okay, testing. 1, 2. 1, 2.
1, 2.
2.
1.
Hi guys.
Oh, we're not recording. I know who knew.
We're recording. So, I cajoled Jerome. You guys should already know who Jerome is at this point. He's an OG of this channel, but if you do not know him, let's introduce him, okay? He's Jerome, aka TZ Blaze, aka
Captain Juices.
Captain
Back in the
Juices.
days. We don't do that anymore.
So this is a very chilled video, very impromptu video, because as you can see, we're not ready.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Like, comment, subscribe.
All that good stuff.
So I just want to ask Jerome what he feels about Granby. I've been in Granby for like 3 days. This is the third day now. We're going back to the west. It actually gave me a different vibe than what I am used to, because I've been to Granby before, but spending a whole 3 days here gave me
spending actual time.
Yes, exactly. So what I want to ask is, what do you think? What's your perception about Granby? I mean, you live here, so what is it about Granby that makes you live here? First question.
I mean, what brought me to Granby was work, because it was closest to where I work. But I think at this point in time, especially like when you drive and all that stuff, you can move somewhere else and still drive to work. But I think what has kept me in Granby is, first of all, look at this view.
Look at the view. Look at the view.
Look at this view.
Look at it. Just look at it.
My place is literally in front of the water, in front of the sea. You can come here during the day. In the morning you come and it looks amazingly beautiful because of the sun and everything.
Yeah.
And the evening,
every time, all 24 hours.
Exactly.
It looks really
now
nice.
in the night, like, I mean, obviously you can't do this in some places, but here in Mauritius is safe enough to do it. Where at 3 a.m. you can just come to the water like this, sit in front of it, and it's like quiet and peaceful. All you hear is the waves, and it's not even heavy waves right there. It's like just calm waves right there, and it's like, so that kind of serenity, that kind of, you know, peaceful vibe is one of the things that keeps me. Another thing that keeps me is, for example, most people have to, I mean, I'm not that much of a clubbing person, but because Granby is a bit of
You said what? You said what? I have evidence, bro. I have evidence.
But like when you do want to turn up, when you do want to go out, first of all, you have way more options in Granby.
We that live in Mauritius, we know that Granby is known for being like the drug hub and all of that, and maybe not so safe because they do drug bust and whatnot.
In Granby?
Yeah. Are you just hearing that for the first time?
Yeah, I'm just hearing that one.
They do actually. So now that you don't know, I wanted to ask you, how have you been able to maybe stay safe and maybe stay away from like that community? Because it's not just, you know, the community here. It's like, okay, there's also an African community that, you know, that is also involved with that. So, and then, you know, when you come here as a Nigerian, you are maybe like
looked at a certain way.
So how has that been for you?
I mean, first of all, I've been here so long, people just automatically assume I'm Mauritian.
Yeah.
So I think that helps. And also when they hear that my name is Jerome, they just, Jerome. So they automatically even speak to me in either French or Creole first. So I think maybe that has probably given me a little bit of privilege, in the sense that by default they don't assume anything. They don't think, oh, African, or they just think, oh, that one's one of us, speak Creole to him, stuff like that. But I think that's it.
I think a lot of Mauritians do that. They first speak Creole.
In Creole, before they
if
you can't speak back,
English, then...
Yeah, but I can speak back at least a little bit. So sometimes they never even find out that I'm not Mauritian for some. But the fact that I'm just learning about this now just means I don't know, in a way, being completely sheltered from it, because I have no idea. It might be maybe the circles that I'm in. I've seen guys or people that, you know, are maybe here, you know, doing something funny or stuff, but
probably illegally.
Yeah, but I've never paid that much attention to it, and it's never, to be honest, it's never been around me. So like I would completely not know. I mean, for example, I think like yesterday or something when I was looking for parking in front of my house. There were two guys who parked here, like and just around this place where we parked. So one of them was there like 5 minutes earlier while I was still just hovering around looking for where to park, and then like 2 minutes later somebody came, and the way they moved, it looked like like I remember myself thinking yesterday, these niggas are probably doing like some drug exchange, because they were shaking hands and exchanging money. Like, bro, if you're from Lagos, you already know what that is. And then, so it looked like something was being exchanged. Maybe it was.
But you didn't just pay any attention.
But yeah, it's like. I mean, first of all, I move like nothing is none of my business anyway. So it's like, but it's like, I swear I had no idea that, you know, this place, because I'm also just looking at, and maybe people are taking advantage of the fact that things are a bit more lax around here, in the sense that there's a lot of tourists here. So by default, the police are not even as vigilant or as crazy or as wicked.
You know, we've been here for a couple of days, and in Flick, on a weekend, you will not breathe without seeing
cops corner
everywhere.
Here,
I only saw like 2 or 3.
Here they let you chill for a little bit, because there's so many tourists here, and Mauritius is a tourist destination, so they're doing their best to kind of just. We want people to come back. We want people to come back.
Initially, I was asking myself, what is it about Granby that makes people or tourists go there? Like, I mean, it's the same water, it's Flick, but to be honest, it looks different. The sky is different. The vibe is different. The water is different. You people have finished the water in Flick. I am very sorry. Like, the water is.
But there's a lot more blue in these ends.
It's giving green. It's giving blue. It's giving clear. Do you get? It's giving purity. That's what it's giving. So, I know you've been to the West. So you've lived there. So which one would you pick? Granby, the North, or you would pick
the West?
The West.
Now, if we're saying West, as in Flick and Flag ish.
Yeah, Flick, Tamarin, and all
Tamarin, and I will go with Granby. First of all, for almost the same reasons that I've, like, it's not as if you can't get the same kind of view, but I think where I'm at is so perfectly located. Like, I completely love it. Another thing about the place where I'm at is that it's not in the center of Granby. It's almost at the edge of Granby, heading towards Point Canania. So I don't get too much of the busyness of the center, so it is a bit more calmer.
I think that's what works. That works.
It's a little bit more calm, but if I do want to go into the thick of things, it's 2 minutes away.
So that's one thing I also noticed, is that everything here is connected. So 100%. In the West is literally one way in, one way out. But here,
5 ways in, 5 ways out.
If I miss, so we legit missed our turn from dinner yesterday, and then we just took the next turn, and we didn't have to like go and turn back. But in the West, you have to, you have to go back, because it's just one way in, one way out. I think that's one thing I really love about it. I don't know where the market is, because we didn't go like to where like there's a main market, because it will be like inside. But this, I don't think I need to go to the main market, because what's it called? La Croisette is not far.
It's close. Super U is close.
Super U is really close. And then driving around, you could see people with smaller shops.
So many smaller grocery shops.
Fruit shops,
vegetables,
veg shops.
the butchers around as well.
Exactly. So you wouldn't like really need a main market. But I mean, in the West, we don't have that. So we just have like we have Super U, we have Cascavel. That's it. And then maybe like 1 or 2 small shops. Like there's no fruit shop. There's one fruit shop at Dodo Roundabout, and then like that's it. So we don't have so many things going for us in the West side as to here. So if it's me, I would move, but I wouldn't move.
and I think in like here in Granby, and things open just a little bit more longer. Because there's so many tourists, and many of them are coming from places where
the clubs close around 2. The vibe is different. I'm sure you guys have already seen those videos already. So I mean, if you are coming to Mauritius for the first time, you should definitely check out Granby or the north in total, because this was like a whole north tour. And then if you're coming, or if you're already in Mauritius, living in Mauritius, you should definitely visit Granby. I mean, it's like an hour from wherever you're coming from.
Yeah, that's exactly. The beauty of Mauritius. That's the beauty of Mauritius.
It's like an hour.
Wherever you're going, it's not going to be that
if
far.
You're going to like take time, or maybe have stops, maybe 2 hours or 1 hour 30 minutes, but an hour if you are driving. If you are driving,
you're taking a bus.
If you're taking a bus, that's a different conversation. But another thing I've noticed is you get a lot of buses plying this route. Yes. Because I've seen a lot of buses pass, even just while we are here.
And there's multiple ways, because there's like the express bus that goes to Port Louis. But if you can still also go to Port Louis using the scenic route, which is also longer and takes so
it depends on the route or how fast you want to get to where you're going to. But in Flick, you guys already know that I always complain about the bus routes, how slow it is. You only have like Port Louis and Catriborn route, and you definitely don't want to take Catriborn route except that's where you're going to. And then if you're going to the market, I either go to Catriborn market, which is like an hour with bus, and then or I go to Rose Hill, which is like almost 2 hours. So I mean, that's just going. We're not even talking about
returning.
We're not even talking about coming back.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So, the last thing, let's just try and close off this video, is there like, so we talked about the good basically. Is there like anything that doesn't really work for you that you probably change about Granby?
That's a very
good question.
Yeah, that's a very good question. What would I change about Granby? Because I'm a football person, I feel like most other places they have more options when it comes to like football grounds. We do have one football ground in Granby, but it's like it's in a very terrible condition. It's not as maintained, and like we don't have as many 5-a-side options. Yeah. But for other things, how do
for you to even be thinking about
it's because I think I've had such a good time in Granby, and I have such a balanced life in Granby, and I think staying at the edge where it's the best of both worlds. Because I think maybe if I was in the center, like the middle of Granby, because it's a very alive city for a long time, but the one thing I would say is I wish it was more calmer. But the thing is that I'm just on the edge,
and then
so
it's calm.
It's very calm, and when I want the energy, I just drive in to the energy. I think maybe the one thing I would say is maybe if things were slightly cheaper.
Also, it's expensive.
I personally I don't think so, but
no.
I feel like
what do you think is expensive? The food?
They give. I can't even say there's some, because the reason why I can't really say the food is expensive. The food is only expensive. This is soup way sweet na money kill 'em. If you want to chop a 5-star,
you will
pay a 5-star.
So the thing is, the lamb we ate yesterday. Yeah. If we're comparing it to the West, you get like half of that for that price.
Exactly.
Half of that.
Exactly. So there are always options. So I wanted to say the food is expensive, but it's not really expensive because you have cheaper options.
Yeah, and then the breakfast place was like
tasty.
Almost the same thing. I mean, so
it's like okay, yes, the expensive places are really expensive.
Really expensive.
But you can get the same thing at a cheaper place.
I think because you're also targeting tourists, so
true. So because there are a few restaurants, but we're not going to those because it's like, okay, we sell Creole food and then we sell it at this crazy amount, but the corner shop 5 minutes from there sells the same Creole food, probably even tastier, for way cheaper. So it's okay, if you're gonna just give me this, I might just go. I don't think we got to do Indian food, but it's like if you go to like Happy Raja, bruh, I have never been to Happy Raja and we're able to finish the food. You know how I was telling you that lamb defeated? Yeah. Bruh, it will finish you. Yeah. And by the time they bring the bill, it's like, it's not that expensive.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
There is not much that I would change about Granby. If I think I were to answer that directly, there isn't much. It's not. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but just from my personal experience, there's not much that I'm looking to change.
Yeah, I should do this often. I should just leave the West and then
just come here for a little bit. And it's also like a very perfect thing to do if you live somewhere else and you just do like a getaway, just a small getaway weekend in Granby.
I feel really refreshed. Yeah. So do you think that you having a car kind of like helps you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because it definitely, see, you guys, just note, if you're coming to Mauritius, get a car. If you can afford it, you can also rent a car. Your life is 100% easier.
It elevates
less stress
by much.
No, by a lot. By 100%.
Like,
I kid you not. You are not stressed. You're not wasting your time. You are able to move and access places. Because there are places where you want to go to and buses will not go there, and you have to stop at the bus stop and take, you know, and walk, because you won't even see a cab.
Yes.
You won't even see a cab.
That's true. That leads me to one thing I would have, because I would have said, okay, one thing that could be improved in Mauritius in general and also Granby would have been, okay, I wish the buses ran longer.
Yeah.
But if you do have a car, you don't have to think about that.
Yeah, you don't have to think about
because
that.
yes, the buses will close like at 8 p.m. But Granby is still alive till like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's like...
And then for us in the West, we don't even get buses by 8. By 7, you don't get a bus.
Oh, shit.
By 6,
it's already risky.
If you're at Cascavel, I am sorry, because I was coming back from work and they dropped me at Cascavel by 6.
Yeah.
I was there till 7. I didn't see
the
bus.
Bus is gone. Yeah.
I had to call a cab to come and pick me. Like I was angry. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please shout out to Jerome for giving us all the info and taking us everywhere and giving us everything in Flick. He was the real tour guide. So
so we do what we do.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know you did enjoy this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you've been to Granby before you visited, please let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, my name is Theodosia, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Good. This is good.
Content.
Content.
This is content.